A warm welcome to the final part 6 of the SharePoint Development Training series. In today's session, we're going to see a very important topic called the SharePoint apps. You will have a look at the introduction, what is an app, then regarding the installation. After that, you'll have a look at the architecture, then the types of apps supported, and finally we'll end off with the best practices. So before directly going on to the presentation, let me just show you how an app file looks like and what are the contents inside the app. So an app package is of the format .app. This is similar to a zip file or a cat file. And if we extract this, what will the contents have? So the contents are actually inside this package. So this is how, one second, inside the package folder, and this is how the app contents would look like. It will have a manifest file which will describe the information about the app, and inside the other folder we have the feature.xml describing all the features, and other files like CSS and the images, that is the app icon and the pages and scripts, and also WSP file in case it is a provider hosted app. So if you see a app package is nothing but a simple file containing manifests as well as couple of other files which may be images or WSP or files like default.aspx. Apps are reusable codes written by developers for features not provided by SharePoint running outside the SharePoint environment. If you have been a frequent SharePoint developer and are used to the web parts, apps are similar but yet very different. The difference is they run outside the SharePoint environment. Why did Microsoft invest in app model? Because the solutions were giving lots of problems. Sometimes the entire firm went down just because of some code memory leak inside the WSP file for a specific site collection. Of course, the sandbox helped, but this app model is 1,000 times better. And we are also entering into a new era where you download the apps into your mobile or your tablet and start using that. So the app term is much better. And recently, Microsoft is using the term add-in instead of app. So to repeat, app is nothing but a file like a WinZip or a CAP which contains the codes, images, and files to install custom features, and the extension used is star.app. Just as for an executable it is exe, for app it is star.app. There are three major types of apps. One is auto-hosted, provider-hosted, and SharePoint auto-hosted and SharePoint hosted. And please note that there is a difference in working with on-premises and the Office 365 or the cloud model. And also recently, the support for auto-hosted has been deprecated. So for theory part, just if you remember that there are two major types of apps, provider-hosted and SharePoint hosted, that's more than enough. SharePoint hosted are pretty easy to build. Provider hosted, if you are a strong developer working in C Sharp, then provider hosted is the way. Provider hosted helps you to develop extremely complex applications hosting on a different server. Where are the apps hosted? If you want to develop the whole app targeting only your organization, then you can use the app catalog and you can deploy to various site collections or the web application for on-premise model. But if you're developing an app targeting the entire world, you can happily use the Office tool, which is allowing global access. Before you start developing apps, you might want to install the following. If you want to start with installing Visual Studio Community 15, which is a free version. Or if you're working in an organization, you might already have Visual Studio Premium or Professional or Ultimate. And if you do not have the SharePoint add-in appearing when you create a new project in Visual Studio, please install our Office Developer Tools for Visual Studio. And if you are developing workflow solutions, you might have to install other workflow manager tools also. For on-premise model, please ensure that the site subscription service is up and running. For Office 365, most of the things are already taken care of. And if you do not want to install anything, I would recommend the best place to start learning is the Tech and Virtual Labs, which is unbeatably the best. It is free and also has all the tools installed for SharePoint 2013. You might just have to set up your own Office 365 account, which is also free and for 30 days. Regarding the architecture, as already discussed, there are two major types of SharePoint apps. You have the SharePoint hosted and the cloud hosted. If you see on the left, you have the SharePoint hosted. An app has a start page always. In a SharePoint hosted app, both the web and the start page is in SharePoint. The start page is nothing but which will contain the start page. For example, it might be default.aspx or index.html or the CSS and the JavaScript for the logic. And you can just click the SharePoint start page, which is nothing but similar to a subsite under a site collection. And if you click that, the page is rendered. But in cloud hosted app or remote hosted app, this is how the architecture looks like. The start page might be on a remote web server with containing the server code logic that will be accessing the SharePoint for the credential or authentication, and then the app is launched from SharePoint. But the code will actually reside on a remote server. To make the look and feel of a remote host web similar to the SharePoint, you might have to use the Chrome control, which is residing in sp.py.jsp. As already discussed, we have two major types, SharePoint hosted and cloud hosted. And now auto hosted is deprecated. So we shall only see SharePoint hosted and remote hosted or provider hosted. So SharePoint hosted theoretically it is an app hosted in SharePoint. It has no server-side code using C# and it supports only JavaScript, or you can use REST API calls. But the advantage is you might have a similar look and feel of SharePoint and you do not have to host your custom logic in a different server apart from SharePoint. Let's go off to the demo to really understand. Launch Visual Studio in as an administrator, click New Project. Select SharePoint add-in and give a custom name, for example, SharePoint add-in hosted. So the project is created. Let's just try to understand the project. So please also make sure that you rename the default features folder to something useful rather than just feature one. And if you see, there are like four major folders: features, content, images, pages, scripts. An app manifest is the manifest file which describes the information about the project. For example, you have the version, the title, name, and the start page. App always has a start page, and over here it is going to be posted under the pages slash default.aspx. And if you see, this is the default.aspx, the pages slash default.aspx. And when you are creating the project for the first time, you will be asked for the credentials. Please supply the credentials if you are connecting to Office 365. So this is the default.aspx. It's a very simple SharePoint page. And over here, if you see, there is a div tag under the placeholder name, where it is initially having the initial content called initializing, and the code behind is under the app.js. And over here, if you see, the script initialize page function is called, where you are initially loading the context, current user, and you're just first loading the context of the user and calling the execute query as sync. And on success, you're just displaying the text hello instead of the initializing message, which is of the ID hash message. And on failure, you just say fail to get username. And simply you press start and you can start deploying the code. Once you deploy the code, the apps will be available in apps and testing folder or in the recent in the quick launch. You just click that app and the app is ready. Let's see what this page looks like. Since this is a SharePoint hosted app, you have the look of the SharePoint feed, that is, you have this Chrome at the top, And if you look at the link, it is the name of your domain followed by the app UID, app unique ID, not the app ID, .sharepoint.com for Office 365 or your app domain for on-premise model. App followed by your dev site collection and your site hosted app name followed by pages slash default.dspx. And if you see SP host URL is nothing but the location where the app is hosted, and you have the app web URL and various other properties as well, like the product ID, the SP language, the product number and all that. So these properties are useful in remote hosted app. For example, the app web URL is dev/dev/. So if you notice, this is like a subsite collection under the a subsite under a site collection. It is a unique and it has a unique link. Every app you create has a unique link. So this is an overview of if you want to work from virtual labs, just log into virtual labs. And there are actually some very cool hands-on for provider hosted as well as SharePoint hosted separately. We will choose that. Otherwise, you can just log into any SharePoint machine and click this incline for working in your Office 365 account, or click this SP machine for working on-premise SharePoint server hosted or provider hosted app. Next, we are just creating a provider hosted app. Select provider hosted. For SharePoint hosted, you select this. Select provider hosted. Give the Office 365 link, development site collection link, and click next. It will automatically detect on-premise or online. You can choose the type of app you want, either web forms or MVC, and click next. And then for Office, you will use Windows Azure. First, otherwise, on-premise, you use a certificate. There are some steps to create one certificate and then upload the certificate and give your password and issue ID. Let's click Finish. Cool, a provider hosted app is created. And if you look at the right, there's a slight difference. In the web provider hosted app, all the default displays and the queries go inside the web folder. You have one called SharePoint hosted add-in, which is regarding the SharePoint part, and another part for web part, which will host either your web portion or the MVC portion. And over here, the only advantage is you have the .cs file, which you could not do from a SharePoint hosted app. And if you see that there is already a default code which will take care of the authentication. For example, you have a code to check if the web user is valid, and then here we are just loading the we are just loading the web context and displaying the site title in the web page. Let's just run this and see the output. Click Start. So installation is in progress. It's uploading the add-in, updating the web config with the client ID, and installation is in progress. Click Trust. And your provider hosted app. So this is how your app would look like. Very simple, displaying the site title and almost an empty page. And if you see, the URL is localhost 4430 pages/default.dspx. If you want to publish, you have to follow some procedures like publishing either to IIS or the Windows Azure, and there are some steps for publishing in provider hosted app. First, you need to register your app, generate your new client ID, client secret, and give a title for your app and give the domain as either localhost or the domain of your this local server, and then give the URL as HTTPS. For example, it may be technet or Microsoft.com. This is the example of an external URL, then click create. And you need to make sure that you update the client ID, client secret according to the app you created. And even in the app manifest, you need to go and update the client ID and update the start page. If you have any other .NET application, you can merely just update the start page and ignore the provider demo web part itself. And you should just go to the code part and also update the client ID if needed. And then right click publish. And once the publish is done, it will publish into an app folder. and all you need to do is upload the app either into the app catalog or go to the